Okay then. This is going to be part of my welding table. Can you believe it? Now, what I had in mind is this would turn the table so that instead of a barrel, what we have here is a table. And then this could be used to turn the, what do you call that little? We have things like this that I found. That's feet by 3.5 feet. What is that? About almost 1/4 inch. But it's warped. Oh, baby, it's warped. Look at this. Is this warped? Oh, yeah. So it's going to be fun by the time I get that straightened out. So I also have this. And a couple 9-foot chunks of that. I've got all this. Whoa. A bunch of rebar. Little thin pieces. And thicker pieces. But you know what? It's all free. I bought that a long time ago and haven't used it in 15 years. So if we can put it to use, then there you go. I could build this table without having to spend money on materials. I also have some wheels. Now, the wheels are right, but check the wheels. No wheel. All the plastic is falling off, but the wheels are good. So if I put it on there, well, what if I don't need wheel? That's a good question. What if it doesn't roll onto the gravel? Because this is the floor. I don't have a concrete floor. We have gravel over here. Okay, so remember our cement mixer, concrete mixer, whatever mixer. Well, it's changed a little. Put an extension on here so it's a little wider. Actually, a pretty decent little table when you get done. I'm going to make the frame and weld the frame on with is a table that you can turn upside down, turn at different angles, and even all the way upside down. Now, we'll see later what benefit that's going to be. Here's our cement mixer recycling situation. Okie dokie. Well, here we go. The problems I'm having is I have 15 amps at the meter, at the box. So the welder can only go so high. The problem that we're having here is this. If you can see the wiggle. No, if you can see the wiggle. But two things. One, besides the bearing being so, well, it's really not designed for this. And this bit here, just being this 2 inches by less than 1.5. So what I thought was to weld a piece right here to help stiffen this up so that it doesn't twist. Drill extra slots here. 1, 2, 3, 4, because it won't let you stop right there. You have to go all the way to here. Ah, I know. That's what I thought too. You could take this, take a loose, drill a hole at top and bottom, and rotate this bit. Just rotate this bit 90 degrees, and you'd have all your stops. That may work, may not. We'll look at it closer. So anyway, so this side, what happens here is this gets motorized. I'm gonna put a bracket and weld that piece on this side too, also, so that strengthen this. Well, it's a channel, so we want to try to box it in, give it some extra strength, and then mount a motor right here that drives this, and somehow or another, I'm going to fabricate a wheel right here. Let me back up. Fabricate a wheel that goes right here that connects to this, so that turn that motor on, and if you're welding round, you just set it on there, and if you have a foot pedal, like off an old sewing machine or whatever, and especially if it has forward and reverse, then on this side, right through here, I'm fabricating just bars that would go across, not touching, but just go across. And of course they're sawtooth shaped, and they would just go across about like this, so that you turn it over and you've got a plasma cutting area right here. You've got a turntable right here. You've got a turntable right here that's motorized. And then you've got a table that's turnable. Now this, I suppose, just need to drill a few holes. I don't want to get crazy with it because this is just practice. This is just for practice. Yeah, trying to get mill scale off. That's trippy. It is trippy. Vinegar, however, I found getting the mill scale off actually was really easy. Well, besides with acid, if you take paper towel and lay your paper towel down like so, fold it over, put your paper towel down, put a little vinegar on it, like let that paper towel say 2 or 3 layers over the area you want clean, soak it with vinegar, leave it overnight, come back the next morning, wipe it off and hit it with a wire brush. Just takes it right off, no problem. Really does. It's super clean, super quick. And then maybe I can use this table to build my real table, the one that I'm serious about. But I need 220 down here before I can even start on that. That's just the way that is. This is the stuff I was going to use, but Lordy, look at this. So you've got these, you got stuff like this. You got this is high, this is low. Look how high that is. I put a flat edge across here, and it's like looking at this. You know, it's like looking at this. It goes up and down, all over. So I thought it was worth putting a piece of 1/8 inch, piece of 8 inch plate on there. Plenty good. 1/8 inch plate. That's plenty good. Plenty good. Just hope these wheels hold up. It's just practice. So, you know, if it falls apart, fine. I really don't care. It's just practice. Okay. Well, we shortened it up. And now it's... Okay. And now it's this high. It was this high. So, shortened it up. It's a much better work height. I re-drilled these holes. Well, I got it off just a little bit, but then again, it's a gravel floor, so it's not going to be level anyway. So, but we do have our 30, you know, 60, 70, missing a couple, and then goes to 90. So I got what I wanted right there. That one, and that one, and more or less straight up and down. It's really not that bad. It's really not that bad, you know, for a work table.
We're sorry. You have reached a number that has been disconnected or is no longer in service. If you feel you have reached this recording in error, please check the number and try your call again.
Hello? Hello? This is Carl, the guy that you called. Okay. Got the wrong number then. Yeah. All right, thanks. Oops. So, Carl, what are these little buttons here on this post for? What are they? Look at the buttons on both sides there. What's that for? What are those things for?
Well, I'll show you.
That's for hanging this on. Kind of like this height. Well, what the heck is that thing? I'll show you. Just like that. I've got a little old wall-mounted metal bandsaw. Got plenty of room there. Close enough, flat enough. There you go. This is good height. I like this height. So you can have it either one. Just a simple brackets and parts that I've had laying around. Just cut a notch for the handle to hang in. Put a little piece over here so that this will be straight up and down. Put a little cushion in here just for the heck of it. And there you go. Simple. Chucky that was doing a review on this very saw, and he got to this point right here where he's putting the blade in and he's harshing on it and talking about it's crappy. And this blade that he was trying to put in, you see, he was putting it behind this roller right here. See right here behind that screw? On the outside instead of between them. Now Chucky was going on about how crappy the saw is. I'm going to take it back to the store, and he took a video of himself walking back to the store carrying the thing because it's garbage. Jeez, Chucky! I got this Harbor Freight one for $99. And look, this is where I'm working. I'm not working in shop. I'm working on gravel in a carport. And that's all that matters. It functions adequately within the price range. There you go. So it's decent, and plus it's not a big deal at all. What I did here is I just trimmed this out with cardboard, made a cardboard template. Trimmed this out, made sure I left space back here for the air. I made this little bit right here actually touches the what's this part? The base, yeah, touches this part. And there you go. Works fine. Just have to have a I guess the best way a lot of people are doing it with the foot pedal on-off switch on the foot, which makes sense because that gives you a lot more control. You can be on and not have to reach over here and switch a switch on and off. And it's a lot safer that way. Have both hands here. So I did get the electrical foot switch. Step on it once, it goes. Step on it a second time, and it shuts back off. And here's the other trick. I'll get this off here. One of these. It's a wire controlled whatever. So you just carry an extension cord in, but I found that it fits on the trigger over here real well. and holds that in. There you go, like that. Holds it in real well. So here, what did I miss? Well, the table that I made, I just put a piece of paper on here. I made a cardboard and cut through and then marked where the holes are. And on this plate, I just cut through all the way back and then drilled the holes out, countersunk them, and put stainless steel flathead screws on there. And this ledge right here actually supports, that's actually a series support, so it's supported here and here and here. It does press up against the body right here. And the way I made the slot, I'll just cut in, and back up, and then if you twist slightly as you're cutting through, that widens it up. It's not like a double cut, it's just like eating off the edge just a little bit. So you do that on both sides. So this slot is actually the width of the full cutting tooth on the blade. Then right here on the end, I did this even more. In this little area, I twisted it even more and worked this edge here and worked this edge on the other side. So right now, the blade doesn't touch the metal at all. Let's see how this works here. So you can see that there's a slot, and at the end of the slot it's actually eaten out quite a bit. So anyone that has any experience with the jigsaw, cutting wood with the jigsaw, will understand what this means. And so the slot itself is plenty wide, doesn't bind at all. And then when you get down to where the blade runs, there's actually quite a bit of space in there. I don't want to leave too much, but there's enough space that whatever I'm doing, it's not going to bind up onto this plate. And this piece, actually, when I put it in here, I tried to, I wonder if I have a tape measure. The objective was that this slot, 2 7/8, 2 7/8. So this slot, this line right here is actually straight to the blade, to this cutting line. So technically, I guess I could put something here, you know, clamp something here. Say clamp it right here, push this over, and cut straight through, and using this as your straight edge guide. The other side probably not. Yeah, probably not. Maybe. Well, it's square, so this might be a straight edge too. But that would be a good thing to plan ahead. So I accidentally got straight edges on both sides. That would be a good thing to plan ahead and say, I want these edges parallel and this line parallel to these. So I want to put this on here. I can do this and it's going to be parallel to the blade cut. But anyway, so you get maybe get metal shavings up in here. So you're going to get metal shavings on this wheel right here. And I guess, I mean, the only thing that I can think of, well, besides making this nice and tight, and leave this open, just make sure you don't get bits of crud going up in there. But the only way to keep this wheel clean, you'd have to maybe put a magnet right here. You know, find a magnet to let a magnet ride like right up in here, and maybe pick that stuff off there. I don't know. I actually don't have enough experience with these to know how much that little bit of metal that collects on that rubber, what's it actually matter or not. But it seems to be, you know, it seems to be all right. There's no extra screws hanging on the inside. Once you put it in properly, everything's fine. Well, like I said before, you know, it's a Harbor Freight for $100. And if this was a production, you know, honestly, if this was a production area and I was actually a shop and I'm producing stuff regular, this is a job, I'd go for the higher quality name brand, in spite of the price difference. But that's just the way it is. So it is what it is. It's good for what it's good for, and you know, there it is. Let's see if there's anything else. See on this plate if there's anything on here. It rests here. Oops, sorry. It rests here. It rests here, and it rests way back there. So it's resting on here, here, and here. So anyway, so it's handy to be able to, plus right now I could pick this up and without having to take this off, I can still use it freehand, you know, to cut whatever piece of metal is laying there. So you know, the nicest part about this, I didn't spend $150 or $130 on some fancy Dan, you know, on the internet selling this stuff. I just made it out of scrap parts and made this out of scrap parts. And it's just as stable, if not more stable, than the one they're selling for $130. So there you go. There that is. But so what else are you gonna do? Well,